我只能在这里和你道别。你看，你妈妈甚至连门都无法出。
啊，外面太冷了，你还是快回屋去吧，不要在这陪我等了。
不用担心我，我唯一的个是要去美国。他走之前，我不能和他多待一会儿吗？
爸，
儿子啊，你妈妈为你准备了最喜欢吃的烤鸭，这样你不会饿着。
A really great sense of sort of heart and compassion for the immigrant story that I thought really worked well, not just for the specific story, but projected in terms of the general immigrant experience, especially when you have to cross so much space and time to arrive here to build a small business. And I thought the piece had a really great way of sort of reflecting the complexities of the problems of both trying to raise your family in that space and sort of just dealing with normal customers. I'm from New York. I eat at these type of Chinese food spots my entire life, so I'm used to being at takeout Chinese food spots all the time. And I thought that the piece had a really great sense of authenticity in terms of the types of people that are in that environment, the types of customers, the types of cultural dynamics that you see that plays out within that space. You know, I've seen countless young children doing their homework in the back while their family was cooking while I waited for my food. So I thought a lot of those sort of small details really worked well in creating a story that I felt had a sense of realism and sort of authenticity that I thought ended up working. So I felt it was a strong piece, and I thought it had a good musical score.
A really strong hold of the presence of the culture taking place, along with the systemic issues that go in store with these Asian cultures, especially now in a post-pandemic world. We've seen this increase of hate on these certain communities just for being who they are and where they come from. And you see this strongly be represented. The strongest scene that I can reflect on is when we have this gentleman come to the shop, come to the restaurant that they own, and he's like, I don't want anything complicated. I just want Chinese food. And they are a Chinese restaurant, so they, in a sense, do serve this food. And he's like, I don't want duck. Like, I just want my General Tso's, and I want my fried rice. And they kind of take it, and they take these beatings, and they kind of try to adjust and deal with life. And we kind of see it from both this feminine perspective and this male perspective within this universe. And I think it's beautiful. I think it's so important for today for us to kind of see this in such a normal way. Like, this is such a normal incident, yet like the way that it is presented to us is, I don't want to say it's given to us in a palatable form, but it's given to us in a cinematic form, in a way for us to kind of look and take account of the situation as a whole and really feel for these people.
I like the character's life cycle repeating. Of course, also worth mentioning the condescending explanation of what Chinese food is to Chinese people. How they have to compete with other food options and adapt to changing preferences. I loved the performances. The chemistry in the casting of these actors was top-notch. It is an amazing portrayal of what it is to have a journey in a different country and how your life expectations and everything can switch.
I think it was a really beautiful story, a very well-paralleled story between generations. I think culturally it said a lot, but it was very it was very universal in these messages of family and love, and seeing these generations at the top of the film and the bottom of the film, and seeing this parent-child relationship and how it changes throughout time, and and just kind of seeing that, I think it was really beautiful. I think this was shot really well. I think tonally, it was really cohesive. It was just a really beautiful, loving piece.
The filmmakers really got the lighting perfect, especially with the night shots and everything like that. Nothing was too dark. The tones were really rich and beautiful, and the cast was absolutely phenomenal. Filmmakers definitely chose the right actors because they were so believable, and the whole story was just lovely. It was really lovely to see this generation of the family, and I loved how it bookended kind of what the beginning of the film did with the father and the son, to how at the end of the film with the father and the son that was going off to college, giving him the food. I loved how that mirrored each other.
Blatant, I guess, stereotypes when it comes to Chinese food and what you expect from Chinese food. It gave me the same kind of sensation of those who honestly would consider Mexican food Taco Bell. Like, that's kind of what it felt to me when when he got his order and he's like, this isn't Chinese food. The fact that he assumed that he knew more about Chinese food than the actual people who were making it. That was a very interesting insight to me. Just that how do I say it? The Americanification of different cultures, foods, and cultures, where it always has to have a very American spin to it, so that you feel like you're being cultural, but at the same time, you're basically eating an Americanized version of that dish.
It was really heartwarming to see this man at the beginning leave his dad in China for another country and then his son doing the same thing to him. It really does show the whole circle of life and how hard it can be, and it's only a couple of different locations, which is phenomenal, really, to do that intense of a story in that amount of time. This is really, really beautiful. That's really all you can say about this film, this drama film. It was really beautiful because you saw it from beginning to end. You saw a fully well-rounded story, which shorts don't always have. This had everything in it.